All right, welcome back. If you're looking to buy or sell, we're still in the times where you need to act fast in real estate.
Absolutely.
Homes in Connecticut are selling very quickly and at historically high prices.
Here to explain why is our friend and broker and co-owner of Rockoff Realty, Kevin Rockoff. Good to see you.
Hi, Kevin.
Good morning.
So
Nice
a friend
to
of
see you
mine
guys.
put their $139,000 condo on the market the other day and ended up walking away with $180,000.
Yeah.
For a condo.
That doesn't surprise you.
One bedroom.
It doesn't surprise me, and it shows a couple things. Number one is that realtors don't always know what they're going to sell for, right? You can put it on, but the market does its thing.
21 people showed up, and they all wanted it.
And look what it sold for.
We like to go to open houses sometimes just for fun if it's in our area, and we went like last week to this house that needed a lot, but it was in a great neighborhood. Just wanted to go through. I almost didn't go in because there were lines of people all over the streets waiting to get in. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, I mean, we're not even gonna buy. We just wanted to see it.
Enjoy doing it, yeah.
And I couldn't believe it, and I guess it sold that night for over $100,000 over asking.
I did an open house in Bolton last weekend. 30 people showed up for this open house. There were 30 showings. It's just there's just no inventory, and people need housing. And I think people aren't buying. I don't think are waking up and saying, "Wow, great time to buy." Houses are at historical highs. You know, rates jumped up.
Yep.
You know, they're like 7% now. They jumped up to 8. But historically, that's not crazy high. But
no,
compared to the COVID area, 2.75s. So it's just not a great time. But you know, people are having babies, and life just goes on, and
they
need a house. And remember, rents are also very high. So you got to live somewhere.
Now,
What's your advice?
If you have a place to go, though,
It's a wonder, and I don't have a crystal ball. So no one can tell you what's going to happen, right? But you just look at the data, and it's historically high, and you see the activity on the sales side. So if you have a place to go, one would think it's a pretty good time to cash out. Again, assuming you have a place to go.
Yep.
But if you're going to be a buyer in the same market, well, you're going to pay probably more than what you might expect to pay.
It comes out in the wash if you're going to have to buy another property.
And that gets back to your time frame. So if you're looking to buy, and with the expectation I may be there a year or two, and I'm going to be able to get out, you may take a hit. But if you're looking for a house that, you know, you're going to raise your family, you're going to be there for 20 years, do you care if the market value is down a little bit or somewhat because you're not selling? And if rates happen to drop, you can always refinance. So it really depends on your time frame.
Okay.
If it makes sense to buy or sell.
That makes another good point. You know, taking out a home equity line of credit against your house, it's going to be valued at so much more, I would think, these days. You're going to get more for your money.
That's exactly right, because the appraisals are so much higher. So you do have more equity than you might think, and so the HELOC business is doing a lot.
So you have an interesting model. If you are trying to sell and you want to get the most money out of your equity, you're the 1% guy, meaning that your commission is just 1% versus the standard that you might see out there around 2.5%.
Exactly. So statistically, if you call 5 realtors, they're going to charge 2.5% for their side. But that model goes back to the 1990s. The internet has come along and really changed how homes are bought and sold, so there's no need for offices. So for 8 years ago, we introduced our 1% listing, which is, you know, the same job that other folks do. We do, you know, the pre-listing guidance. We include professional photography with floor plans and drones, if it makes sense. And we do the contract negotiations, the signed lock boxes, open house. We do the same exact job, and we do a very good job. But we only charge 1% because we don't have all this overhead.
Well, that 16 Angel Place in North Haven, Marlboro, Southington, you're all over the state.
We sell all over the state, and there's a team of different. Here's some of our sales, but we sell all over the state.
Okay, that's a beautiful house.
So this was sold for $354,000, which meant the client saved $5,300 in commission.
Right. So I calculate savings based on 1% versus 2.5%, not even the 3% that a lot of folks charge.
Right.
So you're talking thousands of dollars. Again, you can see that the photography is exceptional.
Yep. Over in Marlboro, it was $445,000, which meant you just go up a little bit, and the client saved $6,700. Oh, that's a pretty house.
And that actually has a water view of Lake Terramugus.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
Okay.
And then 35 Susan Lane in Southington sold for $465,000. Client saved $7,000. You know what? Sounds like a good deal to me.
Just the internet changes things, and you can capitalize and save folks money.
So what's your advice right now to make your offer the strongest? Are people still doing it like no inspection, cash offer, even, you know, if you know you're going to have to use some other resource?
It's very tough, yeah. So people are looking for cash, right? People are looking to waive, buyers are looking to waive inspections. Not a great idea if you're a buyer, by the way, but that's what they're sometimes doing. Buyers are very flexible on their closing dates. They're really just looking to lock in a 90-day term for their rate lock. But those are kind of the key contingency that buyers are just throwing out there. You know, a lot of cash down, waiving inspections in certain instances. Sometimes they can waive appraisals. However they can do it to attract the seller.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know.
All right, well, for more information or to get in touch with Kevin and his team, visit rockoffrealty.com. Kev, can't thank you enough. Make sure you say hello to Kathy.
I will do. Thank you so much.
And the next time, please bring her.
I will. Yeah, you tell her.
All right, will.
Nice to see you guys.
And,
Thanks so much.
and of course, all the donations, he gives a lot to the
To the
rescue.
charities,
So when you're
absolutely.
buying a house with Rockoff, you're helping the rescues. Coming up next.